All right, I'm live. Now we'll wait here patiently for people who want tarot readings. Sound test, sound test, sound test. Sound test, sound test, sound test. Good. Hey there, Ryan. Welcome, mister. How are you tonight? My ballistics just fell. You got your tenant insurance set up. That's good to hear. So are things smoothing out in that area? Grab that. Oh, good, good. That's exciting, getting to move to a new place. I know you said it's been stressful, but it can also be exciting, I suppose. Helped your roomie out. That's cool. Yeah, you paid your share. Huh. Yeah, cool. So like you're gonna stay with your roomie over the weekend, and then you're gonna continue moving things into your place. Yeah, that's cool. How am I? I'm fairly well. I was insanely tired earlier today because I only got an hour of sleep, but and I got some more rest earlier. Took a long nap, and so now I'm back feeling refreshed. But still a little, I don't know. I still sort of partially feel like I need to wake up. Should be interesting to see if people like show up to the stream tonight. I've had an amount of interest in them recently, so I'm excited. And I forget if you've seen my new chair yet, but this is my new chair that I'm sitting in. So much better than the old one. So quiet, so peaceful. Yeah. Well, I'm not doing free readings tonight, but you can donate literally anything you want, even the tiniest amount of money, and I'll do a reading if you would like. Yeah, don't worry about it, Ryan. I appreciate it, though. Like, I like the donation of any amount system because I try to make it as accessible to people as possible, but still gotta make something. Card isn't working. You start work on Monday. I'm sorry. Well, I'm definitely going to be doing another one of these streams on Wednesday if you want to come back. It might be earlier in the day or it might be later at night. I'm not sure yet. Do you play video games, Mr. Poetic? I think you already know that, Ryan. But yes, I do, indeed. I play Skyrim more than anything. I'm obsessed with that game. And also the game that came before Elder Scrolls. And lately I've been playing some Fallout 3. Guess I'm like a Bethesda junkie. I also played a little bit of Halo Reach and Halo 3 a little while ago. Those are fun. That's mainly it as of late. Oh, I started a new game on Silent Hill 2, but I haven't resumed it for a while. And thank you for understanding, Anna. Smash Brothers Brawl. Sounds like fun. Is that an older one? Didn't they just release like a new one of that, like Ultimate or whatever? I haven't played Halo Reach for a while. Need to go back. New place means I'll have the time to myself to get back into gaming. Ah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Halo Reach, like, I hadn't played it for the longest time, and then I started it again, and I was like, wow, this game's actually a lot of fun. Like, it was a lot more fun than I remembered. I was like, why didn't I play this a lot more before? And plus, now that I have much better speakers, these nice bookshelf speakers and dual 300-watt subwoofers, it sounds a hell of a lot better, so that probably helps as well. Brawl came out around 2007. I see. Yeah. Thought it might have been an older one. Yeah, they just released, I think, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and the only reason I know that is because I end up hearing about these things. Like, it's so weird with me. I have an interest in gaming, but I hardly ever, well, this sounds so weird. Like, I have an interest in the world of gaming and technology and stuff like that, but I don't actually indulge in it that much myself compared to how much I like will hear about it or watch videos about it or something. Like for some reason it just interests me whenever I see like stuff on it on YouTube or whatever. Wonder how I compare to the other tarot readers on YouTube. Just looking at some results of the people who are live right now. Ginger tea. That is a very good guess, although not this time. But that is what I was having earlier. I was doing my Seth stream when my voice really needed it, because that was a lot of reading. Sometimes I envy these streamers who can just like come on and it doesn't really matter what's happening. They can just be all like wow and crazy and shit. But now that I've done this for just over 3 months, I realize that's not me. It's not how I operate. If I have to get like fired up about something to go really crazy. What is my hair doing? There's like a strand of hair that I don't know. Yeah, streams like this aren't too bad. You can just sit here and wait for people to show up. It's a very like relaxed sort of activity. A few issues with the new place. Oh, do tell, do tell. It's an inside bedroom door. Huh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that sort of scenario before. How did that come about? Or do you know? Screen door attached. So this, like, not to change the subject or anything, but I'm just noticing that this shirt I'm wearing right now, it's actually a dark blue, but in this lighting it looks almost black, funny enough, which is probably better for me. A shady part of the city, oh no. Looks black to you? Interesting. I mean, is there any way that you can, like, secure the door more? That's what I would be interested in doing. Of course, I would say that, being a Capricorn, always interested in security. For deadbolts, change out the door. Yeah. Well, hopefully your landlord complies. Like, you do have, like, some lock on it, though, right? Like, right now. So I wonder, like, maybe you can tell me what is the, like, perspective on locks and security in Canada? Because I've heard that in other countries, particularly Australia, people don't, like, worry about locking their doors so much. And they think that those of us who do are very strange in that manner. Basic sliding lock. Most people don't lock their doors. I see. Huh. Yeah, I guess it's just, I don't know, the culture here. Like, we're just all brought up about locking our doors and, like, oh, we gotta be safe and secure. And so we come to believe it. The Canadian ghetto, yeah. I mean, probably best to be safe, I would think. But again, this is coming from me here in America, where we always lock our doors. Yeah, you don't want any of that. Street parking. That's one of the few luxuries that we actually do enjoy living here, is that we do have a garage. So back when we had a car, we could park it in the garage. And I don't know how we lucked out with that, getting a house that has a garage. I don't know, it just happened to be here. Other than that, it's like we have to put up with poor people's stuff all the time. But we do actually have a garage, which is nice. You can't access it. Yeah, that does suck. So you have a garage that you can't access that you'd really be able to use, and I have a garage that is attached to my house I could access anytime that I have no real use for at this time. Irony. But I mean, well, the car that we did have is, I guess, possibly going to be fixed. You know, we handed it off to some, like, a family member and family friend or two or something, and they might be able to fix it at some point for us, which is really nice. Damn, they need to, like, give their garage back to you. I wonder why they would rent it if they're not using it. Probably try to get some better lighting in here sometime soon, or at least relatively soon, maybe, depending on how things go. Because I was noticing earlier today with when I was streaming during the daytime, like with the daylight lighting everything up, the quality did look a lot better. So I think a lot of the compression that I see on YouTube, at least from my streams, is quite possibly from just the low lighting. But then again, I don't know for sure. Like there might be more factors than that affecting it more than I think, but I don't know. Maybe better lighting will go farther than I think that it will, but I'll just have to try it out. I tried shining my lamp on me recently, like directly on me to see if that would work. Did like a little private test stream for that, and it did not look that good at all. You know, they left everything all dusty. Damn. $950 a month. That sounds like a lot. I think a lot of houses around here just go for like a few $100s rent a month, unless you want like nicer ones, I guess. But then again, I live in a small town. For the city, it's rather cheap. Wow. I've heard that in places like Los Angeles, the rent is like a couple $1,000s a month or something, because I guess because that city's such a major city or whatever. Thousands a month, okay. Maybe it's not so uncommon then. Yeah, I wouldn't know these things because I'm here all the time. $1,500, damn. Yeah, well, if I ever move into my own place, like the Capricorn I am, I'm not doing it until I am about as financially secure as it gets. That's just the way I operate. I know that's not the path for everyone, but it's the path for me. That is assuming I ever get that financially secure. Which most people are shocked when I tell them that I'm not really attached to an outcome with that or much of anything, but that's the truth of the matter. Yeah, damn. Thing is, though, like that, you might be the kind of person who's better suited for that sort of intense experience. Like I've noticed this when through studying astrology and stuff like that. There's personality types, especially fire signs, but it can happen with air signs like yourself as well, that are just very much like go-getters and are almost much more capable of working with the world and with physical reality and the rigors of it, I guess. And then there's other personality types that are far more like cautious, but that can have its own challenges as well. Speaking of money, though, it is it is nice as of late. It's exciting ever since YouTube approved my channel for monetization again that I'm actually literally making money as of late. So, you know, as the weeks and months go on, I should be able to get a number of things that'll improve these streams and also just improve, I don't know, my overall quality of life. So it is exciting. Damn. Yeah, I hate like owing people money or having people owe me money or anything like that. It drives me crazy. It's probably because I have an 8th house moon that is makes me consciously aware of power dynamics. You keep getting insurance ads for my streams. Yeah, it's interesting. YouTube's system or whatever for determining what ads it thinks that you want to see. Sometimes I find it's accurate, and sometimes I find it is so far off it's laughable. But I know people like, don't like ads. They annoy me too. But hey, I've got to make money somehow, right? I mean, I guess there's ads and there's, I guess with streams like this, donations, but I need all I can get. Google AdSense. Yeah, that's what I use. Like, I wish we lived in a utopia where money wasn't necessary and advertisements weren't necessary. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in, at least not right now. Maybe we can all collectively co-create that one day, but right now, we've got the system that we've got. But yeah, it was a very strange feeling though, because like because of YouTube's new regulations or whatever, I had my monetization taken away from me for almost a year. And then just recently got it back. And it was a strange feeling when I went to one of my videos, like those first couple of times, and saw an ad play before it. I was like, wow, I've never been so happy to see an ad before a YouTube video in my life. It's like, finally, after all this time. You think I'd be chill to hang out with? Maybe. I mean, I think when I'm with someone in person, I get so caught up in their energy that, I don't know, I'd be somewhat different than on stream. Like, I don't think I'm this chill with someone in person because the reality of their physical presence focuses me and summons more energy forth from within me. Favorite animal? Maybe a dragon. I don't know if I have a favorite animal. That's not an area that I've really thought much about before. Of course, I grew up with cats, so I like cats, but I don't know. What would be my favorite animal? Maybe it would be a dragon. I play so much Skyrim, I think that dragons are real. I think I might have too much competition with other tarot readers right now. I don't know. But I can be patient. It's all right. Fictional encyclopedia on dragons. That sounds interesting. I've never heard of it. Come for your good looks and stay for your charms. Oh boy. I guess I can only hope that that's accurate. I mean, I did have someone come in the other morning and just stayed here and chatted for a while, like a new person who I never seen in a stream before. So that was pretty cool. But also that same morning, I got someone who gave a fairly nice donation for a tarot reading, like right off the bat. So I guess you just never know when you do stuff like this. You just have to be patient, and you never know when someone will show up. Which I'm happy to do. Fix that blur. Yes. So do you have like a set plan in place, Ryan? Like, are you still working or whatever? So you can like stabilize, or are you not sure what's going to happen at this point? Knock down your personal debts. That's good. I have like no idea what my credit must be. Probably not good, but I don't know. Having to worry about things like that, it just makes me like, I just feel like, oh, just kill me now if I have to worry about stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think I'm fit for this world. Hello there, Gemini baby. Would you like a tarot reading? All right. Leave me a donation of any amount through PayPal or Super Chat, and I'll give you a tarot reading on anything you want. And the PayPal link is in the description. It's paypal.me/poeticheretic. Cash App, I do not. Here, I'll type the PayPal link in the chat to make it easier. Then you're going to look for a newer car, Ryan. That's cool. I would love it if I could become, I guess, I don't know, well known enough as a tarot reader that I could like just read one person after another. And so that way, like, I could still do it for, you know, very low prices, because I don't want to be like corrupt and start charging people a bunch of money for tarot readings. I would feel so wrong about that. But like, if I got like a whole bunch of people that I could just read all the time, then that money would add up, and then I might eventually be able to get myself a whole new car and not have to worry about like letting the current one get repaired or whatever. Like, that would be divine, but that would be pretty far down the road. 2002 Alero. Nice. I wish I knew. I wish I knew more about cars. Not a bad car, just sold. Yeah. I think the one that I have slash had, or had slash have, is a 2004 Saab, which is weird. It's a luxury car, but it was like a cheaper one. I'm not sure how we pulled that off, but it had like heated seats and stuff like that. I was like, holy shit, I've never had the pleasure of this before. But it only lasted for about 1.5 years. But it also might be repaired before too long, or eventually. Speaking of getting new things, the very next thing I plan on getting as I make some more money is an external USB microphone. That is my #1 priority right now. So the audio of my stream should improve a lot as long as it's compatible with my computer, which I don't see why it wouldn't be. Under $1,000. Not bad. I forget how much the one that we got was. Was it like a few thousand? I can't remember. Spent a lot of money fixing it. Yeah, ain't that a bitch, as they say. It's like, you might get it cheap, but then you have to spend money fixing it. Hey there, Lumen, aka Ginny. Thanks for the donation. Would you like a tarot reading? You're very tempted to trade it in, Ryan? Yeah. Yeah, I wish I knew more about the whole car business, but I do not. Nice to see both of you here now. Hopefully very, very soon. Okay. Well, if you want a tarot reading for the donation you just gave, Lumen, just let me know. I deeply appreciate it either way. Looks like you two are both slowly moving towards stability. Interesting. Parallels. I think my issue is I wake up too late most of the time. It's hard to get myself to wake up early. You would like a reading, Lehman? All right. And what would you like a reading on? What is your question? Get my Rider-Waite deck here. Get the cards ready. Find your phone charger. All right. What do I need to know most about my life at this time? All right, then. Okay, as I typically do, I'll give you a Celtic cross unless you request otherwise. Okay, so we would like a reading for Luminiferous, aka Ginny, in the chat right now on the question of what do I need to know most about my life at this time? We would like a Celtic cross on the question of what do I need to know most about my life at this time for Luminiferous for Ginny. Celtic cross. Let's see what we get. What does Lumen need to know most about Lumen's life at this time? Well, we have arrived. The Hanged Man reversed. Two of Pentacles reversed. Temperance. The Nine of Swords reversed. The Page of Wands. The Ace of Wands. The Lovers. The Page of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups reversed. And the Five of Wands. Alright, let us see here. Let me fix that blur. What is some of the strongest energy in this reading? Let me calculate. Looks like it's a time of emerging from the darkness, especially with that Hanged Man reversed for your current outside influences, and searching for inspired new beginnings. You got the Page of Wands for what you hope to achieve, and you got the Ace of Wands for the near future. And so acting on inspiration may very well be the thing that you need to know most about your life at this time. Now, with that Two of Pentacles challenge card, that would be saying, like, getting your finances in order, or maybe even like a change of a financial situation or change of job or something like that could be to your benefit. Let's see, with temperance as the underlying energy, there there is there should be like how do I put this? There should be, say, fertile ground for the growth of that prosperity at this time if you are willing to make those changes and willing to again act on inspiration. Um, what else? Oh, yes, and I see that even more with the Page of Pentacles for the outside force coming in, indicating a potential new opportunity in the area of money and wealth and stuff like that. Now, with that outcome card being the Five of Wands, that doesn't mean that everything is going to be peachy or whatever. With the Five of Wands outcome card, there still could be some competition, even once this new venture is set up or whatever. But that doesn't mean it has to be um, so like oh so conflicting, when the Five of Wands can also be a healthy sense of competition and even just a lot of people working together. In fact, if we drew an 11th card, if we draw an 11th card for more information, you got the World, which indicates manifestation, completing the cycle, really getting what you want, getting to that that long sought goal, basically. So I would say that yeah, that's it basically. If you act on your inspiration and facilitate those new beginnings, sort of lifting out of the darkness and acting on inspiration, then it should go very well for you. It should go very well for you from what we're seeing here. You will do that. Excellent. So yeah, there you go. You are very welcome. That was a lot of fun, as always. And thank you for asking for a reading. Soon you'll be able to donate more. Why, thank you. I mean, just the fact that you donated at all is like deeply appreciated by me. So thanks so much for that. Tiny steps right now. Yeah, indeed, indeed. Yeah, that's why I like this system of letting people donate whatever they want. So that way, like, it makes it accessible to people, even if maybe they don't have a lot of money or whatever. So like people who don't have a lot can still get a reading usually, and people who have a lot or have some more or whatever can also get a reading, and then they can be the ones to pay more for it, basically. It just feels like the right kind of system to me, like a moral system as well. Like, I don't want to charge people a lot of money for stuff like this. It just doesn't feel right. So I'll put these cards back in the deck. Equal steps is probably a better way of saying it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Every step is vital and essential, isn't it? To get to where you are going. Bang on, indeed. All right, must have left. Yeah, looks like he did. The view counter went down. But he said he was looking for his phone charger, so maybe that's what's keeping him. My phone has been weird lately when I've gone to charge it with the charger that came with it. It's like taking forever to charge. I think I might need a new battery. Is that all about? I wonder what his Canadian perspective would think about that. A boot. What's that, a boot? Don't worry. My humor's very strange, and I think half the time people don't get it. Maybe I should just start doing this like every day, or almost every day. Just go live like 5 or 6 days a week, doing tarot readings for donations whenever people want them. Could be interesting. Hey there, welcome back, Ryan. SNL skits. I remember watching those before. They were rather silly. I should get out more. Oh, I would love to get out more. It's just so damn difficult in the place I live, I guess, in the circumstances in which I live. Staying too much, yeah. I think it'll be easier when the weather starts warming up in a couple months or a few months or whatever. I wish I had like, God, I wish I just had like a deck or a porch or something I could just go out and like sit on and just be outside that way. That would be great. I've talked to people before who have those and they seem to like take them for granted, and I think you don't know how lucky you are. You're outdoors too much, Ryan. I wish I knew what that was like. unless it's like really bad or something, then maybe not. But 5 weeks when the spring start. We are like 2 months and a week away from spring right now. Of course, if we go by the astrology anyway, it won't actually get warm until probably, well, at least where I am, like 3 or 4 months from now. They took over the backyard. Oh, geez. I would hate that. Talk about a boundary conflict or whatever. Actually, you know what would be really cool? I don't know how I'd ever do this without, I guess, a lot of money, and changing a lot of stuff about my life. But like, if I could maybe get like a laptop and go outside somewhere, but still have an internet connection and do live tarot readings outside, like live tarot readings in nature or something. Warm one day and cold the next. That must be pretty odd. I think it's fairly consistent around here in Pennsylvania. Damn, the kids have taken over. Very odd that it's home. Yeah, there are other places like that in the United States as well that I've heard of. I'm trying to think of, like places like Washington State maybe, or like that, or Oregon or something like that. I don't know. I just remember hearing some things from people before, but it's hard to recall right now. It's going to be an adjustment, yeah. Like the tarot card I just analyzed the other night. Which I learned my lesson from that. There were very few people here that night, so I think I really need to try to keep my, well, at least keep streams like that to the daytime and early evening hours as much as possible. Charlestown State Park. That's cool. I wish I had a place like that around here I could just go to. I mean, there are parks in the city, but I have to walk so damn far to get to any of them. Unless I want to go to, I don't know, places that aren't really parks, just, I don't know, it's hard to explain, I guess. Devil's Backbone, I've never heard of that. I feel like living on my own would be an impossible dream at this point. Or, well, not impossible, but just seems like an impossible dream. But I'm glad you at least got to have that experience for a while, though, if it was that nice. Camrose, Alberta, Canada. The Rose City. Nice. Almost sounds like something you'd find in a Pokemon game. Ah, the Rose City. You go up there anyway and help them out. That's good. Yeah, even though I'm a Capricorn, I don't always like rules. I don't like rules that don't make sense to me. More of your retirement destination. I hope I never retire. I hope I just follow my highest excitement and bliss until my last breath in this life, until my very last, right up until my very last moments in this life. Because honestly, there's no other way for me to live. There's no one there. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. I like that. One time I was hanging out with a friend in a park late at night around here, back when I still had friends that I hung out with regularly, or frequently, I should say, like at least once a week or whatever, or really it was more like several times a week. But anyway, we were hanging out in this park late at night, and eventually the police showed up, and I think someone called the cops saying that we were there, like we weren't supposed to be there or something. And I got so mad, I remember. And I don't know, it just really pissed me off, and kind of pisses me off to this day when I think back to it. But the thing that also frustrated me about it so much is that we were just sitting in my car for a bit because he had to make a phone call, my friend, and I easily could have started up the car and started driving while he talked on the phone, and then we never would have been, bothered by the cops. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. That pissed me off so fucking much. I remember when that happened. I was just like, this is BS. We're not doing anything wrong by sitting here in my car. Before that, we were on swings. It's like, well, so what? We're both adults. Like, it's just total BS. But that's what happened, unfortunately. I have friends, well, I have friends that I rarely ever see. So part of me wants to be like, yeah, I don't have any friends, even though I do. But there are a lot of times when it feels like I don't. Homeless days, yes. I don't know, I mean, the weird paradox about it is that, like, if you're homeless, it's like in a way, you're almost more free, though, than a lot of people are. In fact, I've heard that a lot of homeless people will, like, look at those who work 9 to 5 jobs all the time, stuff like that, and look at that in horror, similar to the way that many of them would look at homeless people in horror. And they'd be like, I don't know how you can live like that. Indeed. Yeah, it was annoying as hell, but that friend I had then at the time, it seemed like basically, I don't know what kind of fucked up vibration he was in, but like trouble followed him everywhere that he went, it seemed, and I would often get sucked into it. And we aren't friends anymore. We haven't been friends in a very long time. So yeah, perhaps that's for the best, but I don't know. Like, I don't exactly believe in curses or anything like that, but that said, it almost seemed like he was cursed, if I'm being honest. Just like bad energy followed him everywhere he went, it seemed. And then I got sucked into it. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I can't be tied into the system. I just can't be tied into it. I'm not, like, made for it. And it's funny because I don't think people really understand this about me. I don't know if a lot of people are even capable of understanding it, but I'm not freaking compatible with the way that society works in so many ways, I think. Like, I remember back when I had um, a couple regular jobs, like, it drove me crazy. Like, it wasn't that bad at first, but after a while, I just thought I was going to lose my mind. This is no way to live. It just drove me absolutely crazy. But I think the issue I have is I came to this planet to follow my excitement. I did not come here to do things that I'm not meant to be doing. And so if I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing, then it's going to drive me crazy. I don't really have much of a choice but to follow my excitement, apparently. So yeah. A little entrepreneur. Yeah, that's that's like what I saw myself as like years ago. And I'm talking like at this point, I guess about 8 years ago, starting right around 8 years ago, is I would try to like sell my poetry books and stuff like that. But I don't know what the hell I was doing. So these days, like, it's funny to look back because I can see that and be like, wow, I was like really trying to make something of myself in that way then. But these days, I don't know. I just have a whole different perspective on it, and like I guess a more sophisticated perspective, and I know more about the world and how it works. I guess more than I used to, at least. But I wouldn't say that I'm an entrepreneur per se. I would say that I'm someone who's just following his highest excitement because there's literally nothing better to do with my time and my life on this planet. And whatever comes of that, comes of that. And it's led me to doing this stream right here, right now, chatting with you guys and occasionally giving tarot readings. So I guess that's what I'm meant to be doing. It's like, whatever, fuck it, I'm just having fun. I don't really give a shit what happens. Yeah, I think I can understand what you mean, Ryan. See, here's the thing, like, I'm not, it's so weird, like, doing this stuff online and everything, because it's like, you guys, I'm a Taurus moon, right? We aren't exactly interested in fame or being out of the shadows or whatever. Like, there's an aspect of me that wants to get as far away from doing live streams like this and being in the public eye in any way, shape, or form as possible. There's also an aspect of me that really enjoys being in the public eye, I will admit, but overall, as a whole, it's like, I don't know. I see so many people get on social media because they want to become famous or whatever, and there are deep psychological issues associated with that, insecurities and trauma and whatnot that would take some time to get into. But with me, that's not the case at all. I'm just here because I'm doing what excites me, you know? I don't want to become super well known. I only want to become well known enough to like make a living doing what excites me, ideally at least. That would be acceptable. Three super cool peeps, indeed. My Lilith moon is Taurus. Ah, interesting. Wait, what's the difference between your Lilith moon and your moon? I don't know that. Or are you saying like your... I don't know, actually. Isn't Lilith like a particular like object tracked in astrology as well? I think, maybe. But I do follow Eastern sidereal as well, so it changes all around. Black moon. Okay, so it is like an object that can be tracked. Yeah, I thought so. I need to look more into that. See, like, I've seen some of these things mentioned before, and like my astrology program that I have also can track like all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure that if I wanted to, I could just for hours and hours and hours dive deep into that, both with my chart and other people's charts and whatever. But I haven't done it yet. And I think part of my issue is I know that once I start, it's going to be a rabbit hole that I go down for who knows how long. I'm almost like, I think I'll just wait until the time is right to find that out. Your dark side? Yes, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Jeez. I need to find what my dark side is. Actually, I wonder if I could just, let me see something. Maybe I could even find that out in my chart right here, right now. Using this. Hang on. Let's see, where is it? So wait, is it, so I'm assuming based on what you said, it would be the same thing known as Black Moon? Because I do see that here. Well, here we go, let's find out. Where is that point in my chart? Wait, what? Hang on. Okay, I think it's the symbol that has like the moon with like the cross below it. Mine is at 659 of Scorpio, which does not surprise me at all. I may be a hardcore Capricorn, but I've also got that dose of that Scorpio energy I've noticed before. I thought it was mainly Pluto and Scorpio before, but yeah, my dark side is 659 of Scorpio. Yeah, I'd say that's about as accurate as it gets. Use a calculator online. Yeah, I could just use this program, I guess. But wait, yeah, let me double check that that was the right symbol though. Yeah, that was it. Huh. Interesting. So I'll change it back to regular. All right. That's sexy, nasty. Interesting way of putting it. Geez, there's so many points you can track in astrology. It's insane. Maybe like come find me 10 years from now and I'll know a lot more about them. But for now, I don't know about those more esoteric points. Though I do use the esoteric, I guess they're esoteric aspects, the septile and the quintile in astrology. Hey there, JJ Boys 24. Are you interested in a tarot reading? And Lumen says, I smell like my grandma. Oh boy, is that good? All right, leave me a donation in either PayPal or through PayPal or Super Chat, and I'll give you a tarot reading on anything you want. And PayPal is what I prefer, but you can also use Super Chat. I'll put the link in the description to make it easier. Her perfume. It's not terrible, but not what I'm going for. Ah, I see. Yes, I see. I guess I wouldn't know about stuff like that. Be right back. Gonna make some tea, I think that is. All right, Lumen. See you soon. see, how do we sound right now? See, how do we sound right now? Okay, good. Oh, someone disliked this stream. That's pretty fucked up. I don't know why someone would. It's just a live tarot reading stream. It's about what one would expect from my channel at this point. Maybe they don't like having to give a donation. I don't know. Well, I say people can dislike my streams all they fucking want. I'm going to keep doing them. I'm going to keep doing tarot readings for donations of any amount because it is what excites me. They can take their dislikes and go fuck themselves for all I care, honestly. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I'm not your typical tarot reader, but why should I be? I'm Poetic Heretic. I'm Poetic Heretic tarot reader. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Hello there. Would you like a tarot reading? All right. Leave me a donation of any amount through PayPal or Super Chat, and I'll give you a reading on anything you want. The PayPal link is in the description. It's paypal.me/poeticheretic. This is your first time? Well, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, PayPal works better for donations, but Super Chat also works. And it can be any amount, and I'll give you a tarot reading on anything you want. All right. Thank you for the donation. And what is your question? What would you like a tarot reading on tonight? What will transpire between George and I? All right. I'll give you a Celtic cross reading unless you request otherwise. Let me fix that camera blur. All right, so we would like a Celtic cross reading for Eleni in the chat right here, right now, on the question of what will transpire between George and I. A Celtic cross reading. Let us see what we get. Question is, what will transpire between George and I from Eleni? Celtic cross. I'm just moving right along here. I always shuffle until they lock. And they just did. All right, let's see what your cards are. And I think we're blurry again. Okay, I think that hopefully fixed it. You got the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Page of Cups, the Lovers reversed, the Hanged Man reversed, the Four of Swords, the Empress reversed, Strength, there's another blur, the Ten of Pentacles, and the final outcome card is the Hermit. All right, so let me calculate this here. What will transpire between George and I? Let us see. Would you happen to know what his sign is, or his date of birth, perhaps? Just the month and day would be all I would need. May 19th, okay. So a Taurian. All right, please, no fighting or anything. Let's see, what will transpire between the two of you? Well, it looks like you've had some conflicts in the past, so that Lover's card reversed. Then your current challenge being the Emperor. Hang on just a second. Well, probably the most significant thing I'm seeing here, one of the most significant things, is with the Strength card is the outside force coming in. Whatever's happening in the situation, there should be something coming at you that is going to help you use your mind to sort of rein in stuff that feels out of control, especially if it's like darker emotions or whatever. And that should help you deal more effectively with the situation, especially also with that Four of Swords in the near future. Let's see, what else? Now, with the Hanged Man reversed, it looks like you're trying to get out of a sort of dark situation you might have gone through. That's in your hope to achieve position. The Page of Cups with the underlying energy indicates that there is, let me see if I can fix that blur. There is room for more, oh boy, Page of Cups could be anything from creativity to love and romance to a new interest or something like that. But then the outcome card being the Hermit, and especially with that Four of Swords, sorry, I don't know why we keep getting blurry. It looks like we're looking at a period of withdrawal and seclusion. You got the Hermit, you got the Four of Swords. So that could mean that, I mean, I don't know the details on your situation, but just judging based purely off of this, that there could be some time apart, perhaps, that you end up spending for like reflection and contemplation. That's really emphasized strongly here with the Four of Swords and the Hermit cards. So let me see if there's anything else. That is now, I see. Okay, well, maybe that explains your current outside influences being the Nine of Pentacles. I apologize for the blur. Yeah, with the Emperor card then being the challenge card, it could be that the challenge for you right now is just to be able to be on your own, to be an individual. Like normally with the Emperor, I'd say, oh, be assertive or disciplined or whatever. But in this context, I think it could be the idea of being strong within yourself, perhaps. Future things. Well, it's more of the energy that we've already gone over, like with that Four of Swords in your near future. That indicates a time also of rest and seclusion, and even the idea of like study and figuring things out, but you know, like reflection and stuff like that. And then again, with the Strength card being the outside force coming in, something coming at you. I mean, this could be a person, it could be a situation that helps give you literal strength, or even more specifically, the ability to use your mind to help rein in your darker emotions, or that which is more primitive or volatile, perhaps. And then the Hermit being the final outcome card, that would be about as far into the future as we can see here, which also talks about this idea of a period of withdrawal, seclusion, and stuff like that. So I think that's about as specific as I can get here. That is all present. I see, I see. Well, I guess my best estimate is that the present energy is going to continue into the future. Either that, or for some reason, we're not being shown the future right now. You also got 2 4s, and you got 2 9s. 4s indicating stability and structure. 9s indicating going far, can indicate belief systems and stuff like that, long-term things. So yeah, that would be my best reading for this, that the present energy is going to extend into the future. Your first card was a 9, and your last card was a 9. All good, thank you. All right, well, you're very welcome, and thanks for getting a reading from me. Now I'm able to read Dead Time's comments. Interesting. Well, that type of experience is perfectly valid as well for those who are a match to it or whatever, but it's not what I'm all about. There will be some change, but you can't see it yet. Everyone's talent is different. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Let's see if I drew an 11th card. Would that give us any additional information? Judgment reversed. I can talk about not being able to see the big picture, funny enough. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to disagree with Dead Times that says that God don't like this. I think God or Source or all that is perfectly fine with this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a part of my excitement. It wouldn't be a part of following my bliss. All right, so would anyone else out there like a reading? Yeah, we should probably just remove this person's comments since they're like a fanatic or whatever. There we go. Yeah, I was just about to call it a night, in fact, and get off and try again at a later time because it seemed like no one was showing up. And right when I made that decision, some people showed up, and I was able to give another reading. So I am thankful for that. Guess I'll stay on at least a little while longer and see if anyone else wants a reading. Alright, well, this has been fun, but I think it's time that I head out. So, thanks to those who watched and those who donated for readings. I really appreciate it. I will probably try to come back earlier because I think there's more activity earlier in the day. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe tomorrow I'll be back and it'll be at an earlier time. But until then, thanks for watching.